What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. This is the one and only time you'll see me in this Wisconsin Badgers Hawaiian shirt. I don't like how it fits, so I'm just gonna sell it. But one of the reasons we're so far behind on eBay is because we have a lot of eBay inventory coming in. A company that does electronics recycling is now selling us all of their stuff that I feel would be worth it on eBay. I've got a pallet of it right here. We're gonna go through it together on camera so we can see what kind of stuff they give us. Now, here's the deal. There are a couple of categories that I'm paying per piece, like remotes. I'm paying, I don't remember the numbers. I've got it written down somewhere, but like 40 or 50 cents a piece. But for pretty much everything, I'm paying 80 cents per pound. I can send back whatever I don't want. The agreement is they don't want a ton of stuff sent back, but I can send back stuff that I don't want. We're pulling stuff here for eBay, for the auction, maybe even a little bit for Amazon FBA. I've been saying I was going to get back into that for a while and really haven't. But I really enjoy going through these. Let me show you what was left over. I went through one off camera. Let me show you what it looked like. Now, bear in mind, it started like this, and this pallet's probably about 7 feet tall. This is all I'm sending back. They do want their bins back. This pallet here, that's all that I'm sending back. This is a pile of stuff that we're just going to put in the auction. This is all stuff that I think has potential for eBay. I mean, we got some good stuff in here. And then I've got all of these, which are VCRs or DVD VCR combos, which we'll be selling online as well. I need to test them. There were like 5 or 6 Nintendo Wiis in here. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to be defective because people recycled it, but that's not always the case. A lot of people will recycle things just because they don't want it anymore. They don't know what to do with it. So a lot of this could be working. Defective items, a lot of it will still sell. This probably isn't going to sell if it's defective. This is a receiver, screen, whatever, for weather thermostat. Without the other parts, this is about 25 bucks. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to toss it. I would bet my money that this works. This, however, if it doesn't work, this is, I haven't looked it up. It's been a while. I would guess this is probably 150 to 200 bucks. And if it doesn't work, I could probably still get 50 bucks for parts for it. Don't quote me on those numbers. I'm just making them up right now, but you get the idea here. And there's some cool vintage stuff like this old Sony radio. This is for editing film, all sorts of different stuff. But this is not what we're going through right now. We're going through the pallet over there. So the first thing we have to do is weigh it. It's about 1,100 pounds coming in. Holy cow, it is just a downpour out there right now. That came out of nowhere. So I'm definitely not leaving here for a little while. I don't want to go outside in that. I'll sleep here if I have to. I hope, can you hear that? I hope it doesn't make it difficult to hear what's going on in this video. I got my tripod, I got my beverage. Wow. It's just an all-out downpour. It's raining like hamsters and guinea pigs or something. What's the phrase they use? All right, so let's start from the top and work our way down. The good stuff is in the boxes. Bigger stuff, you know, the VCRs and stuff, it's profitable. I don't like dealing with it. I'm not going to tell them to stop bringing it because I make money on it, but I don't like dealing with it. Also, it's worth note, they send me about 30 of these per month, pallets like this. We've got a heavy box up here. Ooh, I already see some good stuff. All right, right off the bat, we've got a Wii U. I don't know if the rest of it's there, but this, I would imagine, has to be about at least 50 bucks. We've got, somebody recycled curtains. I'm probably just gonna put this in the sale for 10 bucks. I'll look it up on eBay, but I have a feeling it's gonna be $10 day in the sale. These things are good. I can usually get, it depends on the model, but usually about 40 or 50 bucks for these. The cheaper ones maybe around 30. We've got an Xbox 360 wired controller. I'll get a few bucks for that. We got a PS2. I always like to look in the back here. I've never found anything of value hidden in here. There's nothing in here. I have found things, adult things, and some illegal things that kids are not wanting their parents to find, but Nothing of value. We got a wireless PS or Xbox 360 controller. Oh, here we go. We got a graphing calculator. No good, or at least the batteries are no good. We'll get this. This is a quick and easy test. So I'm gonna set this aside and we'll test it on the video so you can see. We've got an old ghetto blaster. I bet this is at least 50 bucks. Some models can be hundreds. I don't think that's one of them. Now this is something I would send back. This CD boombox, looks like we've got two of them. Not a whole lot of value in these. So these will go back. We've got a battery, an Xbox One rechargeable battery. This is it's a 360 controller. I don't know why we have that, but we have it. This type of industrial stuff can be pricey. This is an analog digital CATV analyzer. You know, let's look this up together on eBay. This is gonna be a really long video if we look everything up. Let's see. This is Blonder Tongue. BLONDERTO. There we go, Blonder Tongue. Is there a model number on there? BTPDA-2. Some of this stuff can be obsolete and can be worthless. Some of it can be valuable. It looks like we've got a used one. They took an offer. Can you see that? 140 bucks was their price. That's the only one that sold. A couple listed here, all 150 to 200 bucks. This, I would bet this works. This is something that someone probably just didn't need anymore, and Goodwill, they figured wouldn't want it. We've got, so this is a wireless numerical keypad. It does not look like I have a receiver for it. I'm gonna hang on to it and look it up. Maybe it's worth it without the receiver, because listen, you hear that? Mechanical keys. We've got a charging dock for something Bose. It does not have the power cord. Maybe it'll go for 10 bucks. This is a charging station for Apple devices. It looks like you put your watch up here maybe, and then your phone down here. I don't think I particularly, oh, it's a wireless charger too. Interesting. I don't think this really has any value. Ooh, these are good. These are Motorola barcode scanners. I don't think they're wireless, but usually Motorola barcode scanners can be fairly valuable. I would guess between 30 and 100 bucks each on those. We've got one of these TV games. Not really worth much anymore, but I'll throw in the auction with some other stuff. And this thing is a tilt-based charger, instrument power battery supply. I honestly have no clue. It just takes a standard 3-prong power cord. Let's look this up. Tilt base charger, model 1001. TILT base charger 1001. And wow, not as much as I had thought. One's listed for 40, one's listed for 75, and there are no solds. The $75 one is brand new. They're at $40 shipping. There's a pre-owned one for $40, free shipping. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna set this aside. I might take it, and let me tell you why. So the thought process is this. I just set aside 1 second. This is like an industrial item. And when I get stuff like this, it can often be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. I don't want to send this back and for them to look at it and go, okay, so this type of item they don't want. So I'll put this in the auction. Maybe it'll sell for 2 or 3 bucks. It's heavy. It's probably like 10 pounds. So I'm probably going to lose money on it, but it's going to make it where they don't look at it and go, we're not sending any more of this stuff. Because I'm sure, you know, it wastes their time to fill these pallets with stuff I don't want, and it wastes my time, so they're probably going to look at the stuff that I send back and take that into account on what they send next time. Now, the barcode scanners, while I was off camera, I did a few things. Barcode scanners, Recently sold a set of 2 used for $99 plus shipping. New, they're about 150 bucks each. And also, I put batteries in this. This is the TI-84 Plus Silver Edition. It's about a $50 calculator in working order. It's got the lid, it's got the battery cover. You can see it powers on. We'll put in a bunch of 8s. This is usually how I test these. And just hit enter a bunch of times. You can see it's cycling through there. Another thing to look out for is the second power, and up and down is the brightness. So I can make it as dark as possible and look to see if there are any dead pixels. Also, if you get a calculator and it looks like this and you think it's broken, do that second power and down. Same thing if you get a calculator and it looks like this, where you can't really see it all that well. Second power and up. This goes for pretty much any Texas Instruments graphing calculator. I found a lot that I got cheap because I was told it didn't work, and it was just that, like from pawn shops and whatnot. But anyways, this I'll make 50 bucks on all day long. I could probably list it right now and it'll be sold before I leave here. I'm not gonna do that, but it's well under a pound. At 80 cents a pound, my cost for this is probably like 20 cents. So I am very happy with that. All right, let's see what else we got. We got some of this bigger stuff that we're gonna dig through and unstack. Here is a box with, it is in here. Oh, this is typewriter, electric typewriter. It's a Sears brand. These usually don't sell all that well, but the fact that this is in the box is gonna make it super easy to ship. So I think I'm gonna list it on eBay and we'll just see how it does. Now we've got a TX tape deck. I really don't mess with the tape decks. I don't really, here's the problem, the cords are all like wound together underneath the other things. I don't really mess with tape decks much. They don't seem to sell well enough for my taste. All right, the way these get stacked, the cords end up underneath other things. Here we've got a Vizio soundbar. I'll put this in the auction. I'll probably get like 10 bucks for it. So I've got a bin over here for that. All right, on top here, another one with a cord is stuck inside of everything else. So I might need to go straight to the bins here because I don't think this is coming out. Well, at least it's long enough where I can set it on the floor. Oh, we got another sound bar in here. This one is a Pioneer sound bar. Decent brand. It's got the controls right on it. I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 bucks in the auction. All right, now we got an Insignia home theater. This is a receiver. It's got HDMI. It's reasonably nice. I'm gonna put this in the eBay pile. Stack that right here. Next, this thing looks pretty fancy. Let me get you over here so you can see it. It looks expensive. I'm gonna look it up right now. This is the type of thing that I don't have enough knowledge on to really know. So this is, let's see if we can find a maker, a brand. Oh, it's Peavey, P-E-A-V-E-Y. They're usually decent, so it's probably is decent. Is there a model number on here somewhere? I don't see any model numbers. Let's see, MMA 8150T. So MMA 8150T, I think that was the model number. All right, that is it. There are some listed. Let's look at solds. One sold, they took an offer from $84.46. So this is something that it's got a little bit of weight to it. I think PV musical equipment, I think this will do better in the auction. If we list this for 85 bucks, free shipping like that, we're gonna walk away with like 30 or 40 bucks. It looks like it's missing a couple of the knobs. I think I'm gonna put this in the auction. I bet I get that 30 or 40 bucks. All right, next we've got Vector Research. This is an equalizer. And it seems like the cord is also stuck in there, so I think we're gonna have to get into these boxes first. Cardboard boxes. Usually they don't send me anything in cardboard. This is interesting. The whole box, it's a case of these plastic cups. This, I guess we'll just put in the sale. I think we could probably get $1 per sleeve. There are 20 sleeves, so 20 bucks. You know what? I'm gonna put in the auction because I think I can get 20 bucks in the auction for it. You get another cardboard box. This is glasses. They actually feel pretty thick. Little stemless wine glasses, a case of them. So this is also gonna go in the auction. I don't know why people tried to recycle this. This is from a recycling place. All right, next we've got Food Network cookware set. At least that's what the box says. Ooh, it is opening on that side. And it is exactly as advertised. And it might be new, that's new. Now the pans themselves are not new, they're used. But it's still a set of pots and pans. We'll put this in the auction for, well, I'll go for what it goes for, but I'm gonna guess 15 bucks or so. All right, now I get these big boxes. Let's pull another one of them down. This one seems like the easiest to get to. Oh, this is really light. Usually these boxes are heavier. All right, you ready? It is, I am getting a lot of non-electronics here. These are stickers, labels for something. This is like slippers, touch-ups. I have no idea. It's like a lot of bridal stuff. Christmas ornament. You know, I've gone through a ton of these pallets from them and never got stuff like this before. So all of this is just gonna go in the auction and I might get a couple bucks for it. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a market for these, but I'm sure they'll sell. All right, got another box. This one's heavier. All right, in here we've got a Nintendo Wii. We've got another Nintendo Wii. We've got a Philips soundbar. What is this? Ooh, this is Bose. Big Bose sound plate. I'll probably auction that. That's gonna be too big to ship. We got some video games here. Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Grand Theft Auto, Drive to Survive, Street 2, Ratchet and Clank. I don't think any of these are particularly valuable, but we'll auction them off, get maybe 10 bucks for them. VHS tape. Normally, I do hang on to these when they send them to me just for testing, but I've got quite the overstock of them now. So we've got a black case here, and in it, I don't even know what this thing is. 30th anniversary, compliments of Myron Construction. Oh, I think this is a battery backup. Yeah, this is for charging your phone. I'm gonna say probably not. Zephyr Fest. St. Mary's Catholic Schools. I'm gonna send that back. All right, right here we've got a little radio. The cover that would go over the speaker is, oh no, it's here. It's just disconnected. But it's a world band radio, meaning it's got more than just AM and FM. Is this worth anything? Realistically, I have no idea. It's worth enough where I'm gonna hang on to it and we'll look it up on eBay. Piece of plastic. This is Texas Instruments Business Analyst 2. Some of these business calculators can get very expensive. Here's a vintage Texas Instruments calculator. We'll put that in the auction. It's probably only gonna go for $1 or $2. Ooh, I'm gonna look this one up because I think that might be an expensive one. We've got a Cobra microphone for a CB. That'll go on eBay. This is the cover for a calculator, but not for any of the ones I have. All right, so we've got a PlayStation 2, the Slim model. Any games in it with Guitar Hero. And also in the box is all of the cords and controllers necessary for it. That's probably gonna be about 50, 100 bucks. These are always nice. They are chargers for cameras. I get a ton of cameras from them, but they rarely have the chargers. So now I've got extras so we can test cameras and sell them with these. A couple of Sony, couple of Canon, and a Fujifilm. These will do well. I'm not gonna even sell them, but if I were to sell them, I'd probably get at least 10 bucks each. We get a remote for something. Ooh, Bose remote, that's for the sound plate. I just bought one of these. I think I spent 30 bucks on eBay. I think it's this exact same remote. This remote, Capello, probably not worth anything. We'll just throw it in the pile. And the rest of this just looks like trash. Next box. Ooh, this is a good one. Always look at these old Sony. Pre-owned, one just sold May 2nd, so a few days ago. A few weeks ago, wow, it's already end of May. $145 plus 10 shipping. The one before that sold May 1st for parts or repair for $45.95 plus $20 shipping. Another parts one sold for $30. Not working one sold for $30, well, $28. And then a parts only one sold for $45 plus 20 shipping. So I should be able to get at least 30 bucks for this if it doesn't work. If it does work, I want to look at active listings, see if there's an actual, I don't think there's a single one of these working that's listed. Someone has one for parts listed for $60 plus 30 shipping, none working. So if this thing works, I'm probably gonna list this for 300 bucks. Why won't my phone go? My shirt is too big. I know that's a bit of a reach. Look at the form factor of this though. This is really cool. I kind of want to keep it myself. Let's see, what kind of batteries? Looks like it takes AA. If it works, this is really good money. If it does, and the reason I'm going so high, that's what I was saying, is just because there are none available out there. Maybe that one that sold for 145 or whatever it was, maybe they underpriced it. I might even consider going higher. If it doesn't work, there's actually only one listed for parts for 60 bucks, so I'm just gonna match their price and go 60 bucks. All right, we got another box right here. Let's take the lid off. Wedged in here with the other stuff, there we go. Let me tilt you down so you can see it. And it is stuff. All right, so let's see what we've got. For starters, we've got another one of these business calculators. Like I said, between 30 and 50 bucks. Some particular models I have sold for like 150 bucks. We've got, what is this? A Roomba charger, and that goes with this Roomba. It looks like it's missing the collection bin that goes on the back, but I'm sure I can sell it for parts at the very least, probably get 30 bucks for the charger. Here is a battery or something for it, I don't know. I actually have one in the auction. It's ending tonight. Someone bid it up to, I think, 25 bucks. It's untested. Here we go. Fish tape for electrical work. I hate this stuff. Whenever I do electrical work, I don't use it because it's a real pain to use. I like the long glow rods, but it'll probably still sell for 10 bucks in the auction. What is it? Ooh, Sony camcorder here, complete with part of their tripod. These, if they work, are usually at least 100 bucks. And we get the charger for it right here, AC adapter. The reason these sell for so much is because people want to transfer their old tapes. And this is 8mm, right? I shouldn't say that. I've always said there was never a player for an 8mm tape. You would have to use one of these. But I recently found one on one of these pallets. It didn't work. But they're super expensive. Why do that when you can spend 100 bucks on this connected to your TV? If it doesn't work, they do still sell for parts, but not much, and maybe 15 bucks. So we'll set that on the eBay pile. All right, what is this thing? Whoa, this is AquaView. Fish finder, maybe? You got a camera here. Oh, that might be your screen. And no battery, so I can't test it. We'll put this in the auction. I bet it goes for 10 or 15 bucks. What is this? Oh, this is part of the Roomba, the charging dock. Where did I put the Roomba? I put it over here. All right. Next, we've got a VCR in here. This is what I would call a low value VCR. This is one that I'm not, and here's stuff in it. I'm not gonna put this on eBay. I've got buyers who have antique booths who will pay me 15 to 25 bucks a piece for these, and they can turn around and sell them for 40. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. Just set that aside for testing. Of course, they'll only pay that if it is working. We've got a tripod here. You know what? Is this the shoe for this tripod? No, it's too big. I think that's too big. Why isn't this opening for me? There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be too big. So we've got a shoe for a tripod, and we've got a tripod without the shoe. I've found that they are worthless if they don't have the shoe. So this is gonna get sent back. It's not a super nice tripod, it's a sound pack, but it's a video tripod. And what that means is it's got this ball, like a hip joint, where it will rotate, and this little trigger so you can move it and then it holds in place. It's a nice tripod. It's a fairly low-end brand, but without the shoe, the part that connects it to the camera, it's worthless. We got an Apple mouse. I usually just sell these in lots on eBay. I get enough of them from these guys. We've got 3 12-volt or M12 Milwaukee chargers. Not super valuable, but they do sell in the auction. What else? We've got a whole bunch of hardware here. Very large washers, some nuts, washers and nuts. So they're all washers and nuts. We got probably 2.5 inch washers with large nuts, no bolts. A whole bunch of bags of these. I think it's definitely not an eBay item. I'm debating if I want to go auction or put them out in the sale. I think I'm going to do auction. Auction, all of this is going to sell for like $4. So, you know what? I'm going to put them in the sale because even on dollar day, I'll get more than $4 for these. So I put them on a pallet for $5 in the sale. We got a Ryobi fan here, battery powered fan. I might need to take this home myself. I feel like this would come in handy. But if not, it'll be an auction item. And we've got another Sony camera charger. So that is going to be this box. I need to cut some of this plastic to take the empty box out. Let's open another one. I love going through these so much. It's fun. It's like a treasure hunt because you never know. Any of these boxes can have a single item that's going to sell on eBay for $1,000. All right. Do some latches. Let me flip you down here so you can see. And wow, another one of these. Okay. So let's see where we're at. Right on top here, this is some sort of speaker. You recognize this logo? Like a gorilla? Oh, here we go. G Project, G Boom wireless boombox. I'm gonna set this in the eBay pile. I feel like it's one of those brands that could be good for eBay. It could be nothing on eBay. If it's not worth it on eBay, we can put it in the auction and we'll probably get 10 or 15 bucks for it. So another one of these adding machines. We'll add that to the pile. And those are super easy to test. We've got Disney Infinity for Xbox One with the little pad. That will go in the auction. Let's see, what is this? A crystal bowl in the box. It's weird the things people recycle. Normally there isn't this much non-electronics type stuff. We'll put that in the auction as well. Crystal really doesn't sell for a lot though, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on much. We got a pair of earphones. I can never tell what the brands, but the cuffs are in pretty rough shape. I'm probably, well, this takes the larger headphone jack. Oh, and the small one. I'm looking to see if there's a brand anywhere, a model number, something that I can look up, and I don't see it. So I'm gonna just send these back because they smell a little musty. If you recognize that logo, there you go, now you can kind of see it. let me know, because I can pull it out of that box and keep it. I'm not sending this stuff back to them for a while. More bridal shoes. Put that in the box over there, full of them. We've got this big Sony boom box. It looks like it holds, oh, there you go, the older version of an iPod. We got a CD player with the Barbie Princess, I can't read their handwriting. It looks like Barbie Princess the Rapper. I kind of want to listen to that. Not super valuable. I think it'll sell though. I think someone will pay 10, 15 bucks for it. What else do we have? We got a big nest of cords here that I'm dreading going through. So this is a card reader, a merchant terminal. These are usually decent. This is a more recent one. My guess is a store upgraded their system or a store closed and they just got rid of them. It is possible that it doesn't work. We should be able to plug it in and at least see if it powers on. Oh boy, there's just a nest of cables here. Well, in addition to that, we've got a computer mouse, which I guess I'm gonna hang on to. Symbol, 3 of these barcode scanners. Usually I get about 50 bucks a piece for them. So this is gonna be an eBay pile, and this anywhere from 50 to 100. Let's set that down here. My guess is they just disconnected it from the register below. Ooh, whoa! We got a Dymo 450 Turbo. These things have spiked in value. I bet this is 100 bucks. I guess they stopped making them or something. That'll be an eBay item. It doesn't have the power cord. I have, yeah, these aren't the power cord. It doesn't have the power cord unless it's in that rat's nest of cables, but I have one of those, so I can test it with my power cord and then sell it as a working unit. It just doesn't have the cord. We got a set of radios here. Midland 2-way radios. I usually just auction those. They're not super valuable. Oh, power adapter for the Wii U. So now we can test that thing. At least see if it powers on. And this is just a basic AC cord. You can never have too many of these 2-prong cords, so I'll hang on to that. And what is in this box? It's a mystery. Ooh, Apple keyboard. This is Apple, right? Everything Mac. This might be brand new. Ooh, and a mouse. This is Apple, brand new Apple keyboard and mouse. It's still in the plastic, and this plastic, yeah, you'll be able to tell if this has been open. So the box is rough. So we'll sell it as a new other item. I will wipe down all of this dirt off the box, but I honestly don't know what those go for online, but I'm sure it will go for enough to merit putting on eBay. All right, one more box here, and then we'll try to get some of this big stuff down. All right, flip you down here so you can see. And ooh, this could be expensive. All right, so let's start with this. We've got a PS2. We get a lot of video games from them. I don't know why people are recycling their video games. Nothing in there. These PS2s, the fat ones they call it, these bigger ones, they tend to go for less than the slims. It's the same thing, but the slim is a smaller form factor. I believe these ones were backwards compatible for certain PS1 games. Maybe all of them. I really don't remember. It's been so long since I've really dived into selling video games. But these have also jumped up a lot. They used to be about 50 bucks online. Now they're pushing 100. All right, we've got this thing. I'm gonna look this up last. We've got a fluorescent light. It's just a single light that would go under a cabinet. It had a $15 price tag on it from Big Lots. I'm gonna take it. I'll put it in the auction. I'll get probably $2 for it. Was one less thing to send back. All right, we've got an Xbox 360 here with a 20 gig hard drive. And the previous owner has a return address, like mailing label, attached to it. So they know whose it is, I guess. So these, I don't mess with them on eBay. Oh, we got a little memory stick in here. Xbox OEM SanDisk memory stick. I don't really sell these on eBay. I put them in the auction. I'll probably get 20 or 30 bucks for it. But I will take, well, that's just what's the smallest hard drive, like the 20 gig. So maybe I'll leave the hard drive on it. When I get the bigger hard drives, the 120, the 250 gig hard drives, those I will pull off of them and put them on eBay. We've got a PS1. No games. Also have come up quite a bit. These are like 30 or 40 bucks now, maybe more. We've got a power cord for a Wii. I've got so many Wii cords that even if none of these had cords, I would be fine. But having the extras are nice. We've got 2 more Apple keyboards. These ones used. I don't know, I'll probably put them in a lot of 2 on eBay for 40 bucks, whatever they happen to go for. This is a grinding wheel. What size is it? It does not say what size this is. Mine is a 4.5 inch, and it would really come in handy. But if not, this is a whole pack of grinding wheels. We'll put that in the auction. Oh, here's an AB cable for a Wii. We get another pack of these grinding wheels. It's so weird to me that it doesn't say the size. I've got a ruler. We can put it on there. Bose sound dock. That's what they call them, right? Sound dock. Yeah. Not a whole lot of value anymore. It doesn't seem like it has the power cable. I just throw these in the auction. Usually I'll get a lot of 2 or 3 of them together, and a reseller who wants to deal with them will sell them. All right, so we get this. This is a First Data credit card terminal. This is one that will be behind the counter. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. These can vary. They can be 20 or 30 bucks. They can be 200 or 300. I'm gonna err on the side of caution. I think they're all the same. What did I just say? I had 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I'm gonna err on the side of caution. There's no power supply for it, so I don't really have a way to test them. I'm sure we've got something laying around that we can use. Say 50 bucks each, that's 350 bucks. We've got, oh, this looks like a really fancy, that's a Polycom remote. I bet this is worth something. This is probably a good one for eBay. We've got Microsoft, I think they call these the Sidewinder. Does it say on there? Yeah, Sidewinder. I'm impressed with my memory there. Controller. I don't think this is worth a lot, but I can throw it in a lot of controllers. And then we've got another Apple mouse. These I can't seem to sell. I've got like a lot of 10 of them, a couple lots of 10 listed. All right, so we got this thing. This is a digital pressure indicator. We've got a knob hanging off here that I don't know if that screws in or what it's supposed to do. We've got another knob here that does nothing. We've got for an air hose and then a bunch of buttons. And I do not have a power supply for it. So let's pull out the phone here and look it up. It's DPI 601. DPI 601. Let's see if that brings anything up. Yes. Now let's look at solds, because solds are what matter. One sold. Untested for parts, $20.99 plus $21.57 shipping. If we look at active, there's one listed untested as is for 250 bucks. One listed, it's a different color, so it might be a slightly different model. 375 pre-owned, $199 pre-owned, $1,000 pre-owned, 100 bucks for parts, 135 for parts. The one that sold for, what did I say, 21, 29, that thing, is this screen broken? No, it's just dust. That thing was an auction. This is not the type of thing that's really going to sell well in the auction, in an auction on eBay. It's going to be better as a buy it now item. I'm going to list this. I'm probably going to list it $59.99 free shipping, parts or repair, untested. And we'll see how it goes. And that is it for this box. So I'm going to clean up a little bit and hopefully we can start knocking down some of these. All right, let's see if we can get some of these out now. There we go. So this is a tape deck. I'm sending it back. I don't want it. Tape decks, they're a tough sell for me. A lot of them, the belts have gone. They don't go for a lot of money. And I've got too much stuff. So I gotta make some decisions here. All right, next we've got another tape deck. Vector Research. Looks like it's probably a pretty fancy one in its day. Send back. All right, we've got, can I get this out now? No, it's still buried. The Vector Research. Let's see, stereo receiver. Is Vector Research a good brand? I've never heard of them, but I don't really do audio equipment much. Let's just quick look it up before I decide to send it back. VECTOR Research VR5000. And this is going for, let's pull up solds. Wow. 350 bucks? Okay, here's some other ones for 100, 150. So that is going to go on eBay. And actually, because the brand is actually probably decent, I'm going to look up that tape deck. I'm sure this is, oh, we're hooked on something. I'm just going to set this right here. This is where I get all the comments from people. Oh, have you never heard of Vector Research? You're a reseller and you've never heard of Vector Research? All right, so this is the VCX510. VCX510. And it is going for, hold on, we'll pull up solds. It is not going, no solds. So I was right in that call. Let's cut some more of this plastic here. Let's cut down there on something. This looks like a big subwoofer. What's the brand? Phase Technology, another one I've never heard of. Generally, these big subwoofers I don't want to deal with, but sometimes they can be gems. So I'm going to look that one up. Phase Technology. Let's see. T-Sub. T-Sub. And it is listed for $135. Or any sold? No sold. So this one I am sending back. It's big, it's heavy, I don't want to deal with it. All right, so we get to some of this stuff now. We're still caught pretty good. What about this thing? This is a Sony receiver. We will pull this. Sonys are hit or miss, but I think they hit enough where it's worth hanging on to. Knock this down here. We've got a Sharp VCR. This is another low dollar VCR. I'll probably get 15 to 25 bucks for it. This one, ooh, this is a good one. This is a Toshiba DVD recorder with a VCR. These things, I think I've only found one that was defective, and I've sold quite a few of them. Usually they work. Now, because I said that this one's not going to work, but I get about 300 bucks for those if I can find a remote for it, and I think I've got a few remotes that go with that. Here we got a Sony VCR DVD combo, probably about 100 bucks. This is LXI. It's a VCR, another lower value VCR. It seems like the low value ones are always the ones that work. Oh, here's that Phase brand again, Phase Technology. We got a couple of speakers. Let's look these up. They look fancy. Phase Technology PC40. We'll pull up solds. Sold items. Someone sold a set for parts for 45 bucks. No sold. Like full working. Somebody has a few sets listed, 60 bucks as an auction with an opening bid of 60 plus 50 shipping, no bids. Oh, hold on, that's completed. And they did not sell. We want active listings. Someone has a set for 84 bucks plus shipping. I think these would be worth putting on eBay. Maybe I'll get $49.99 plus shipping for the pair. They're not too big, they're not gonna be too cumbersome to ship. So nothing too exciting, but they will sell. Let's cut some more of this plastic. See how much of this we can get through before all the cords are logged in together. Here we've got, what brand is this? Sanyo. A set of, nope, we don't have that. Everything is, there's got to be a better way to stack a pallet with all this stuff that has cords. Okay, there we go. A set of Sanyo stereo units. I'm going to send that back. We've got right here. This is a Magnavox DVD VCR combo. That'll be about $100 online. We've got Emerson. Emerson, not as desirable. I'll probably still get about 50 or 60. Right here we've got Panasonic. Is this a recorder? No, this is just I don't think I've ever seen this model. But Panasonics are decent. This one will probably be another 100 or so. In my experience of these VCRs and VCR DVD combos, only like 10% of them are gonna work. Most of them are gonna be junk, maybe more than 10, maybe 20%. So many of them, one side will work, the other side doesn't, or they'll eat tapes, but it's still worth it because I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So of those 8, say maybe I've got 15 of them here. Of those 15, I would guess maybe 3 or 4 of them will work. And that's being a little generous. But if they're the high dollar ones, that could be $400, $500, $600. Maybe my numbers are off. I never actually sat down and did any figuring. This is just kind of from my own anecdotal experience. Oh, I see what the deal is. The cord is actually under the pallet on this. This is another Vector Research. So I'll set that aside, but that one's going to have to be once the pallet's all emptied off. Here we've got a Samsung VCR. However, this is one that would be a low dollar VCR, but you can see the tape, that thing's broken. So we're sending that back. This one is it's really dirty. Oh, but it is a really fancy one. This is a Sony DVD recorder with a VCR. It's really dirty. That's something that I'd be willing to clean up. Maybe I can get it working. It seems like the ones that look like they shouldn't work, they work. And the ones that look flawless and minty, those are the ones with the issues. Samsung DVD VCR combo, almost guaranteed to be defective. Samsung is trash. But when they are working, they're worth decent money. What do we have here? This is a Sony receiver. We'll put this over here. The receivers, most of them do work, but most of them aren't worth listing on eBay. Maybe 20% we list on eBay. The rest we just run through the auction because we're not gonna mess with those if they're like $40 and free shipping. This smells really dusty. It smells like the 70s. This is a Technics synthesizer. It's heavy. Let's look it up. And try not to knock it over. Technics. And the model number is SA411. I want the 411 on this price. It is listed for 90 to 110. Sold. We got one sold 65 plus 55 shipping, one sold 40 plus 74 shipping, one sold 50 plus 27 shipping. So this is one that I think will do well on eBay. We will list this. I think I might list this $99.99 free shipping. All right, we got more stuff here. This one is Sylvania. This is another probably $50, $60 DVD VCR combo. Right here, this is a big boy, but not very heavy. It is a tape deck, AIWA. I still don't know how to pronounce that, but we are all tangled up here. So that I'm going to send back. That stack there is just off camera. It's a little wobbly. We got a Samsung combo here. Probably doesn't work, but I have hopes. What in the world is this thing? Porta Video. What is it? I think this is like a portable VCR maybe. I don't know, it's like a suitcase. It doesn't seem like it opens, but you've got your AV in the back. You've got buttons in the front. Tape goes in here. This is interesting. I'm just out of curiosity. I want to look it up. I've never seen this before. Porta, like a porta potty video. P-O-R-T-A video. There's a couple listed, but they're not the same. A lot of like carrying bags for luggage are coming up. Here we go. 85 bucks. Free shipping, 85 bucks. This thing is meant to take a beating, so it's gonna be pretty easy to ship. So that'll be an eBay item, assuming it works. All right, here we go. We got a Panasonic VCR DVD recorder. That'll be a couple $100. Those always do really well. Here we've got a Magnavox DVD VCR combo. That's about $100. And now we've got one in the box here, but it is not new. Let's see what it is. The box is open. They put a little tape on the sides here. I promise you I'm not opening up a factory sealed box. These, if you find a VCR or VCR DVD combo that's brand new, factory sealed, you've got 500 to 1,000 bucks on your hands there. They do so well. We've got this is a DVD recorder too, with a really long manual that they printed from the internet, and then the one that came with it. Boy, this thing looks minty fresh. The cord is all wrapped up nice. It's still in the plastic. Now that doesn't mean someone didn't put it in the plastic. We've got, I think this is new. We've got the remote here, still in the plastic. We've got the other cables here, still wound up. I'm gonna need to take, because anybody could have put this back in the plastic. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's new. I do save the original box for things. I'm looking to see if there's any marks, scuffs. I mean, this thing looks brand new. I might have a home run right here. Of course, because the box is already open, it would sell at best as new other. And because the box is already open, what I would probably do is I would still test it, because it could have been damaged just from storage or age. But if this thing works and it is in new condition like this, I mean, honestly, I might have 1,000 bucks. Yeah, this has never been taken out of the bag. You can tell there's no other openings or anything, is there? You can tell it's taped down here, and as I started pulling up the tape, there you would be able to tell if it's not going to just come undone. This is brand new. Let's get this packaged back up here, and I want to see if I can find this on eBay in this condition, because this is exciting. We are misaligned here. Alright, that's still not in right, but that'll be fine for now. DVR 670. So we're going to look up Toshiba DVR 670. And we are going to filter sold items. So no remote, used 105, 130, but these are all used. Here's a new one right here. It's in a box. Really? $384. That is surprisingly cheap. Let's see. Let's filter condition to new. 17 have sold. This one says new, but there's no box with it. New open box, $389.99. Here's one, $449, but they took an offer. Surprisingly cheap. I am honestly shocked. I thought this was going to be over $1,000, but nonetheless, it's still a few hundred. And this is the first time I've ever found a new VCR. I remember this was one of the last ones they sold in stores. And I remember still seeing them in the stores, and occasionally I would see them on clearance at Walmart for like $70 when I was sourcing for product for Amazon. And I never bought them because, well, $70 at the time, they weren't worth a whole lot. They were worth maybe $100. Man, I wish I still bought them. Or I wish I bought them and still had them. All right, let's see if I can get this cord out. All right, here we've got Victor Research and Equalizer. The cord got kind of mangled under the pallet. I'm not even gonna look it up. I don't think it's gonna be crazy, so I will let that go. And this cord is also stuck under, but this one is not mangled. This one is in good shape. Oh, that's for the receiver, the Vector Research receiver. And then we've got this. There are two Vector Research equalizers. So this one we can look up. And then we can get to the last of these boxes where the good stuff is. Vector Research VQ110. Let's see, listed for about 80. We'll look at solds. None sold, but the VQ100 sold for 175. Is that what this one is? This one sold for 175. Now the cord is messed up, but let's see. Let's see if it sold for parts at all. Let's see, pre-owned. All pre-owned, but a lot of them are also down like the $50 range. I think I'm actually gonna hang on to both of these. I'm gonna put these in the auction. Maybe someone will buy them. I'm gonna quick add also, and I'm off camera talking, so hopefully you can hear me. If you guys, if any of you are local or willing to drive here and be local and want to buy the stuff that I'm rejecting, the tape decks, the CD changers, the subwoofers, the speakers, stuff like that, please reach out. I can't give them to you because I'm not paying for them if I send them back. I'm paying for them if I keep them, but we can work out a deal. I'm not gonna take the time to test the tape decks and all that unless you're willing to pay a lot for them. So they would probably be untested. I'm happy to work out a deal. All right, we've got we've got 5 more boxes of stuff. Let's start digging. All right, it's just a lid. Let's start with this one. I'll flip the camera down a little bit so you can see me open it. And we've got more video games right here. An Xbox case. It's got some weight to it. We got a whole bunch of games in here. Halo, Call of Duty, Madden, Gears of War, Halo, Madden, Call of Duty, Need for Speed, Major League Baseball 2K7. This is actually a movie, John Belushi, Saturday Night Live, Under the Tuscan Sun, Tiger Woods, and Halo for the original Xbox. I don't think any of these are exceptionally valuable. We'll probably sell this case with the games for one money in the auction. We've also got 3 Xbox 360 wireless controllers. They all have the backs. I don't know. Yep, these are the ones where you can put AA's in them. That way they're easy for me to test. We've got an Xbox 360 Slim right here. These I can usually get a little bit more for. Sometimes I'll put them on eBay. No hard drive, so it's just the 4 gig model. But it's a cord here, power adapter for it. And it runs on an HDMI, so I don't need any other cords. I do have more power adapters too. We've got another tripod here. This is, what is happening here? It's missing the shoe, but it's got like a phone thing. I have no idea, but it's missing the shoe, so I'm going to send this back. We've got, what is this? A Husky 60-piece ratcheting screwdriver set. It's very dusty, but it is all there. This is something that would actually come in handy for me to just keep in the truck. I might just keep that in the truck, but if not, I could probably sell it for, I don't know, $5-10. We've got a subwoofer here. Ooh, this is a Bose. This is a Companion Series 3 subwoofer. This might end up being an eBay item. I'm not certain. If it doesn't go on eBay, it will go in the auction. Here we've got a vintage radio, Panasonic clock radio. This is neat. A little dusty, but it's in a really nice shape. This we'll put on, we'll look up for eBay. I'm not gonna do it on the video because this video's gone on long enough. But if it's not worth anything on eBay or not worth putting on eBay, I can actually get decent money for that type of stuff in the auction. We got some more games here. Far Cry, Grand Theft Auto 4, Medal of Honor, Assassin's Creed, Dead Rising, and Halo 2. Are these games in here? Well, there's a game in there. It's a different game. But I'm pretty sure this is the one that was in that case with all the games. This thing. So I'm sure I could reconcile the cases and this. Any of these other ones have case? Well, this one has 2 games in it. Ghost Recon and the one that's supposed to be there. Assassin's Creed has both game discs. And it's been a while since I've sold these games, but I don't think there's really any value to these. I don't think they're worth putting on their own. That said, like on eBay, that said, someone will buy this stack of games for probably $15 in the auction. Or I could always pair it with one of the systems. This, a magazine about rabbits. It's like they knew a whole bunch of magazines about rabbits. So here's the thing with this. I could probably sell this, but this is a heavy box. I'm not gonna pay 80 cents a pound for this. This box is probably 30 or 40 pounds. That would be way more than what I would get for it. So I'm gonna send this back to them. It seems like that's all it is. You know, Domestic Rabbits magazine from 2020. I'm looking to see if it happened to be delivered to the company, but no. So I'm gonna send that back because I don't want to pay for it. That said, next time they pick up, so they pick up and drop off, they've got a box truck they bring here. I might tell them, I might leave it near the top and say, I'm not paying for this, but I'll take it if you're just gonna throw it away. So we might go that route. All right, next box. We've got another one right here. This one, more of this type of stuff. Where is this stuff coming from? Looks like a bunch of jewelry, maybe? I don't know, a whole bunch of bridal stuff. It's all seems to be used. In here is, smells like a grandma. Some dishes, it feels like. Plates. It's grandma plates. I don't know where all this stuff came from, but I think we'll just end up auctioning all this stuff off. We've got, oh, bubbles. That's probably what I'm smelling. We've got some Christmas lights. We've got a tin here with crayons. This is baffling to me. Normally, they don't send me this type of stuff. I think I'm going to go through this off camera because I'm not paying 80 cents a pound for this. And reject a lot of this stuff. But things like this, I can take. I'll throw it in the sale. Number one, I don't know. First off, I don't know. Oh, it's cassette tapes. I don't know why they got this stuff. I'm thinking someone just dumped all their trash in one of their bins. But also why they thought to send it to me. So we'll set that aside. That was a boring one. Now, we got another one right here. Holy DVDs and games and whatnot. So this calculator, not really worth anything. So I'm gonna send that back to them. I missed the box. Here's another one. Let's see, what is this? A Bose speaker with the stand. Looks like a set of Bose speakers. Possibly eBay, possibly warehouse sale. Or, I'm sorry, eBay or auction. We've got a base here for Cobra radios. We're all tangled up here. I'm assuming the radios are in there. Or I did find a few sets, so maybe it's for a different set. So we'll set that aside. We've got a CB microphone, base for Uniden radios. So we'll set the base aside. The bases are worth potentially selling on eBay. Here's the Uniden radios right here. I'll look these up on eBay, but they tend to do better in the auction. We've got a remote control for something. I'll set that aside. This is probably worth a few bucks on eBay, this little range extender. 30 bucks or so. Here's a Cobra radio. Which of the other ones in there somewhere? Right here. And we've got a battery, which may have come out of one of those. It may be just for a phone or something. We've got another set of radios. A lot of radios here. This is Bose. This probably goes with those speakers. So we'll consider that for eBay. We've got a Sony boombox here. It's pretty yellowed and beat up. I'm gonna send this back to them just because of the condition. What is this? Oh, MiFi. I can usually get 40, 50 bucks for those. It's a wireless hotspot for your phone. We've got a realistic, I think this is for a CB. Let's see. Patrolman scanning receiver. Some of this type of stuff goes all right on eBay. And here we've got DVDs, we've got video games. Here's the only console game, and it's an empty case anyway. So we'll look through these. The DVDs, I can sell those. The PC games, sure. There's a PS2 game. Farming simulator. These are just going to be lotted together in the auction. Let's see if there's anything else. These movies. We'll just lot them all together in the auction. PC game. PlayStation game. It's a PC game. A lot of this seems to be PC. Here's a PS2 game. I can hear it in there, so there is a disc in there. We've got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I think that's for the PC. More PC games here. And Madden 2000 for, I have no idea, probably the PC. It doesn't have a console name. So that I will set aside here. We'll go through those. Most of those I'll probably hang on to. Nothing for this yet. So I'll set it aside. If I don't find an RC car for it, I will send it back. All right, two more. Ugh. They're very heavy, or at least that one is. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got a CB radio. These are hit or miss. Some are worth putting on eBay. Some we just dump in the auction. I will throw it on the eBay pile. Tim can look it up later. We've got, this is a Sony stereo with, I just had it open, there we go. A modern iPhone or iPod dock, but it is in very rough condition. And it doesn't have the power cord. I'm gonna send this back to them. Just mostly based on the condition. We got a projector here. So I have HDMI, and it does have HDMI. The ones with HDMI, those ones are the ones people want, but I've never heard of this brand. Winimus? Wemius? Something like that. I'm going to assume this probably is not an eBay item. It's going to go in the auction. All right, we've got a Sony S-Air system. These used to be worth money, these transceiver cards, but they're not anymore. I'm not going to say this isn't worth anything. We'll put it in the eBay pile. I don't know if it's worth anything. We got 2 of them here, but it's worth at least considering. Here we've got a battery charger. I don't know. Might be nice to actually have another one just laying around here. I've got a couple at home. We got a camera. This camera really isn't worth anything. It's an older one. What I do, I take all the digital cameras and I sell them in lots. If they're not worth selling individually, I'll do like a lot of, 100 digital cameras. So I just save them up. We've got right here a Motorola microphone. These microphones sell really well. At least the ones that I've found so far. What in the world is this? Dyson Zorb. We've got some parts here. I have no idea. I've never even heard of this. Let's look this thing up first of all. That is about 20 bucks. I'm assuming solds are going to be comparable. Yeah, so about 20 bucks for that bag. We've got an attachment here though, and it looks like it's probably new. So maybe we get 30 or 40 for this set on eBay. All right, we've got 2 bags here. Oh, hold on. We've got a couple of remotes. Oh, these are for those S-Air things. Now we can sell them complete with the remote. All right, this bag is another projector. Bank, B-E-N-Q. Does it have a USB input? It does not. So if it doesn't have a USB input, I don't get a lot for them, maybe $5, but they do sell. And it's something that would just go in the auction, dump it quick, get the money for it. You get another bag here. This one, the bag still has the tag, but it's all dirty. Same thing, exact same projector. So that one will go here. Now, we got 1 more box left. We're not done yet. Home stretch. And what I am going to do, just so I'm not bending down by the floor, is I'm going to stack them up. All right, last box. It was really heavy. Let's see what's in it. A sewing machine. That's why it was really heavy. They do send me sewing machines. Some of them are decent, some are not. This one I'm going to say is not. It's missing some parts. It's older. It doesn't really do anything special, so that will get sent back to them. We got another PS2 here. The what's the word I'm looking for? Cover of the door, and that is missing. So maybe it works, maybe not. If it doesn't work, we'll just sell it for parts. I swear I felt something fall on me out of this thing. We'll sell it for parts. Otherwise, maybe I can pull the parts off a different one if one of the other ones doesn't work. We got another Wii console here. These are what, like 50, 60 bucks now? What is this? I have no idea what this is. Some sort of light, maybe? Let's see if I can find a model or something on it. It's all covered in tape. This thing's in really rough shape, whatever it is. But I want to look it up to see if it's worth something for parts. Interfit S1. So let's look that up. Interfit S1. And holy cow! Let's pull up solds, and I'm assuming that's going to sell for parts or repair. Pre-owned, $325, $279, and that's it. So yeah, we're just going to put this parts or repair for probably, I don't know, 150 bucks and see what happens. That's why we look things up. Oh, here we go. We got a power adapter for it, so maybe the power adapter is worth something. I'm not going to look it up. That's a really long model number. Or we can test it with that. What is this? Another CB radio that the receiver or the microphone has seen better days on it. So that's one we'll probably sell without the mic. This is another CB radio. Yeah, quite the pile growing behind me here. This is the power cord for a Wii. We've got a PlayStation 2 memory card. We'll put that with one of the consoles. These Panasonic tape decks, these are 30 to 50 bucks. Tape recorders, what is this? This master volume, USB audio, so some sort of audio control. But it's not branded, so I'm gonna pass on it. I'll just leave it in here. We got an old Milwaukee charger. Some of those can be worth selling because they don't make them anymore. So if you need it, you only have one place you can get it. Another another CB radio here. We've got vintage TV. These aren't worth anything, so I'll send this back. We've got, oh, this is the calculator that little panel came off of. I'm gonna send that back. I'm not gonna repair it with the little bit that I would get for it. Here we've got type. It just says type. Is it a keyboard? What is this? Oh, a little folding keyboard. That's kind of neat. This is incredibly lightweight. My cost would probably be under 10 cents. I don't even know if this would register on the scale. I think I can get $5 for that in the auction. Let's see. And we've got another Nintendo Wii, complete with some of the cords, a sensor bar, and the AC adapter. And lastly, a Bose Wave. So it comes full circle. We started off showing you a Bose Wave, and we're finishing with it. Unfortunately, these don't have buttons on them, so you need the remote to test it, but I'm pretty certain I have a remote for this. And as far as a cord, actually this is the cord. It's just a regular AC cord. So I always like, you're not even gonna see it. You know, I always like getting these things. They sell so quickly. And that is it. The only other thing in here is this thing that I just showed you a minute ago. I don't know, maybe I'll put this in the auction because it's another one of those things where the weight isn't going to register. So that is this pallet. I'm going to clean up a little bit. We'll weigh it out, all the stuff that I'm sending back, see how much that weighs so we can see how much I'm buying, how much all this stuff is going to cost me. But it's not going to cost me any more than 80% of 1,100. That's what the weight was, right? 1,100. Anyways, let's get it all stacked back up. All right, so this is more rejects than usual because of all this like household stuff that I don't know why they sent us this, but we're sending all of this back. It's 322 pounds going back, which leaves us 777 pounds that we bought. All of this is eBay, and then this bin full over here is going in the auction at times 0.8. My cost for that was 621 bucks. I'd say I'll probably make about that back here, give or take. And all of this eBay inventory becomes free. I'm guessing, oh, I don't know. Total shot in the dark guess, $2,000 or so I'll make off of this stuff. Remember, that right there is gonna be 350 by itself. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I've got one more that I might go through on another video. It just depends, but I need to get this eBay stuff situated because I can't just have piles laying around the warehouse because I've got the pile over there as well. So that was this pallet. I think I'm gonna make a lot of money on it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, definitely click like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. And if you want this shirt, let me know. I'll send it to you because it's a size small, but it must fit like a medium or even a large. It is way too big for me. Wisconsin Badgers. I'm not shipping it internationally though. That's gonna be too expensive. So if you want it, let me know. I'm gonna wash it first. Don't worry, I've got dust all over and probably some sweat. Definitely washing it first. If you request that I send it to you unwashed, I'm blocking you. Bye! By the way, both of these work fine. Put in a CD, they played. Here's the thing. They don't have buttons on them. So I didn't test the radio itself, but I could see the clock, everything on the screen was on. It was reading a disc. That's really the only two things that can go wrong with these, that or it won't turn on at all. So I'm confident in saying these are fully functional. But also, how do you get the CD out if there's no buttons? I have a Bose remote for a Wave CD, but it doesn't work with either of these. It doesn't even have an eject button on the remote for some reason. So it's probably for a model that has buttons. I figured out if you unplug it, well, it's, the CD, you put the CD in, it plays automatically. So you can test that. You unplug it and then plug it back in. It'll spit the CD out. So this one's worth about $200. This one's worth about $170, $180, something like that. Tested this out with my power cord for my dymo, and it works. So we'll get this listed. So this thing works. It's kind of cool. These arms pull out like this so you can put the reels on and it goes in there. I was curious how that worked. Anyways, listed it for $100. It works. And the dymo printer that I listed today, no cords, already sold for $129.99, and that's shipped off. Listing a handful of other items, including this CB radio. I listed it for $100, which is significantly lower than other people, but it's got nothing with it. So, and it's untested. So $100 for that. I think these came off the other one. I'm pretty sure these trail cameras, ignore what it says on the post-it. I don't even remember what that's for. I'm pretty sure these came on the other pallet, the one that I didn't unbox on camera, but I got $60 for both of them. The bottom one is missing the battery. It's like a little cradle the batteries go in, and then you stick it into the camera. So $60, listed today, sold today. So this thing worked for about 5 seconds, and now I can't get it to work again, so I think a belt went on it. Listed it for $100. I'm the only US seller of this, working or non-working, so we'll see how that goes. And then these I listed for $64.99 each. Okay, I have to show somebody this. It has nothing to do with the video. I'm super proud of this. So I'm emptying out a whole bunch of trash into the dumpster, and there was a long stick, maybe about 3 or 4 feet long. So I threw it because it's just a stick. You see it there? I threw that from here, from in the truck, and it landed right in there. So remember this broken light? I listed it for parts for $100, but I listed the AC adapter separately, and it sold instantly, $60.